I shall again declare that supreme wisdom, of all wisdom the best, by knowing which all sages have passed from this world to the highest perfection. Shri Krishna uses the plural gnananam for different types of wisdom and says that this wisdom is the supreme wisdom and the best wisdom out of all the different types of wisdom. Shri Krishna tells Arjuna that he would declare the supreme wisdom again by knowing which all sages have passed from this world to the highest perfection. Shri Krishna tells Arjuna that he would declare this wisdom again to Arjuna. And what is gnananam? Gnanate anena iti gnananam. It is that through which one can know about something. That's gnan. What is that something? It is the truth of the soul, which is the main topic. It is said that from which one can recognize the true self and investigate about the true self. This is gnan, wisdom. This is because no matter how much you know about other people, while you do not know about yourself, during that time, knowing about other people is incomplete. Gnan, wisdom, is always with reference to one's own self. But while that reference to one's own self is incorrect, then that which one has learnt from that field is also incorrect. For example, if one has worn colourful glasses over the eyes, and they say that the wall in front of them is yellow, or if the sky is red, then this is wrong, because that self is wrong. Therefore, first, the self must be clarified, and then that perspective must be cleaned, and after doing this, the gnan, the wisdom one attains, is true gnan, wisdom. Gnan, wisdom, is that through which one can know about one's own self. Gnanate anena iti gnanam. There can be no gnan, wisdom, greater than gnan about one's own self, and that through which one can find out about the nature of the soul is gnan, wisdom. Shri Krishna calls this gnan, wisdom, both param, supreme, and uttamam, the best. Both the words param, supreme, and uttamam, the best, have been placed together. They've both been placed in the first line of this verse. Both param, supreme, and uttamam, the best, are descriptions of gnan, wisdom. We know that the words param, supreme, and uttamam, the best, are almost synonyms. The meanings of both the words param, supreme, and uttamam, the best, are almost the same. But there is a principle in Sanskrit, and there's a tradition in our scriptures, that whenever two words meaning almost the same are placed together, and are used to describe just one word as adjectives, then one should clarify the shadow of their meanings. This is because there is no meaning in repetition. The writer of a scripture has no interest in saying one thing over and over again. If you were repeating something, then there must be some clear meaning behind it. Over here, two similar words of param, supreme, and uttamam, the best, are used to describe gnan, wisdom. And therefore the meaning of both those words is different. First is uttamam, the best. Srimad Adi Shankaracharya says that uttama means something whose fruit is the best. Uttama phalavat. The fruit of this gnan, wisdom, is the best, and that is why the word uttamam, the best, is used. What is the fruit of this gnan, wisdom? What is the consequence if one attains this gnan, wisdom? This gnan, wisdom cuts our relations with Prakriti, nature, and its activities in the form of the material world or this body. This is its fruits, and that is why it's called uttamam, the best. The moment when a human being attains this gnan, wisdom, of the three modes, then this is the greatest fruit. The very name of this 14th chapter is Gunatraya Vibhag Yoga, the yoga of the differentiation of the three modes of nature. It is about separating one from the three modes of nature, knowing about the differences of the three modes, between the three modes, and clarifying one's understanding about the three modes of nature. And by clarifying one's understanding about the three modes of nature, and knowing what the differences between the three modes of nature are, then one attains yoga, which comes from the root word yuj, meaning to join with the Lord. This is because all the chapters of the Gita are yogas that are there to join us with God. What did we learn in the 13th chapter? We learnt about the difference between the kshetra, the field, and the kshetragna, the knower of the field, and attain yoga, become joined with God. Therefore, ultimately, all the chapters of the Gita are yogas. What this gnan, wisdom, does, that it breaks one's relation with Prakriti, nature, and its activities in the form of the material world and the body. That is why this gnan, wisdom, is great. It is also param, supreme. Srimad Adi Shankaracharya says that its content is the highest reality. Para vastu vishavatyat. This is its goal, the highest reality. This Gnan, wisdom, makes one attain the Supreme Soul, and that is why it is Param, supreme. That is why it's great. Two things have been said. This Gnan wisdom breaks our relation with the material world, and that is why it's called Uttamam, the best, and it also makes us attain the Supreme Soul, and that is why it's called Param, supreme. Therefore it is Uttamam, Param, Gnanam, the supreme wisdom of all wisdom, the best. A person once asked a very good question to a great saint, that when the word Uttamam, the best, is used for Gnan, wisdom, so that this Gnan wisdom is the best of all Gnan, then does that mean that there are different degrees for Gnan, i.e. wisdom, such as Gnan that is the best, Gnan that is okay, and Gnan that would do for now? Are there such differences in Gnan? The great saint gave a very beautiful answer that there are no differences in Gnan, but there are differences in the person who has come to attain Gnan, and that is why there are differences in Gnan. Gnan, wisdom, is one. Ekam sadatat vipra bahuda davanti. The truth is one, but the ways of saying it changes because the questions change. Ekam ruttad vipra bahuda davanti. God is one, but the ways of saying it changes because the questions change. The message can be conveyed to the person according to the state in which the person has come, and that is why it is said that this Gnan, wisdom, is Uttamam, the best. And together with it, it's said that this Gnan, wisdom, that is for you, is the Uttamam, the best for you. This is the case with each and every person. The Gnan, wisdom, that is the Uttamam, the best for the first person, may not be the Uttamam, the best for the second person, and the Gnan, that is the best for the second, may not be the best for the first. What medicine is good? Only the medicine that shows our illness is good. If the medicine is expensive, the bottle is nice, the medicine is from a big multinational company, then does it become good? No. The medicine that cures my illness is good for me. If my grandmother gives me some simple medicine, or Savitri gives me some simple medicine, and because of this simple medicine my health gets better, then this medicine costing £10 is good for me, and the tablets costing £500 are useless for me. The success of medicine depends on the effectiveness of medicine and the ability of the medicine to cure the illness. In the same way in life, the Gnan, the wisdom that is good for you, is the wisdom from which there is a difference in your life, and the wisdom from the dawn of peace arises in your life. The Gnan, the wisdom, is good for you. That is why Shri Krishna says that this Gnan, wisdom, is Uttamam, the best of all wisdom. And therefore you should do an experiment, that you should go and sit there from a place where you're getting wisdom. The Vedas say, Ano fradraha kartavo yanta vishtvata. Let the noble thoughts come to us from all directions. One should go to each and every place where Gnan, wisdom, is being preached, and wherever Gnan, wisdom, is coming from. And one should make efforts to put into practice that I wish to apply this in my life. Then one should decide what Gnan, wisdom, and what messages touch my life. The application of which Gnan, wisdom, makes my life divine. This is my medicine, this is my doctor, and this wisdom is the Uttamam, the best for me. Just because you make something the doctor and you make something the medicine, then this absolutely does not mean that all other medicines are useless. Yes, it can be useless for you, but this medicine is not useless. Maybe that medicine may be useful for others. You should choose your own medicine, and you should choose your own doctor. Shri Krishna tells Arjun that he will tell him this, and he will tell them this in a very nice way. And what is this Gnan, wisdom like? In order to increase one's eagerness and enthusiasm, it is said that after knowing this, all the sages have passed from this world to the highest perfection. This means that this Gnan, wisdom, is not just for arguing or thinking. This Gnan, wisdom, is pratyuksha vaganam dharmayam, dharma that can be directly applied anywhere. Shri Krishna has said this earlier, that it is dharma that can be applied in any aspect of everyday life. It is practical. It can be applied in our day-to-day life. Such is this Gnan, wisdom. And it is this Gnan that can be applied in day-to-day life so that one can attain the highest perfection. It leads to direct fruits, and that is its speciality. By saying that all the rishis and munis have reached the highest perfection having attained this wisdom, Shri Krishna is showing Arjun that the path has been made. And Shri Krishna talks about all rishis and munis. All rishis and munis have reached. If any one person has reached, then even then you can say that if it's possible for one person, then is it possible for everyone? If one Neil Armstrong can set foot on the moon, then each and every person on earth can put their foot on the moon. It is just a matter of time and preparation. If it is possible for one Hillary to put a flag at the top of Everest, then it's possible for each and every person. In the same way, not only have rishis and munis reached the highest perfection, but all rishis and munis have passed from this world to the highest perfection. The phrase Param Siddhim is used meaning the best perfection of all, after attaining which one does not have to go through the pains of birth and death over again. Such is this highest perfection. Shankaranandji has said while defining this that the highest perfection is attaining completeness. Param Siddhim Gataha Purnavatam Praptaha. The experience that one gets is Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnam Didachite, Purnasya Purnamadya, Purnameva Vashishyate. That is the whole, but you are not incomplete either, because you belong to the whole. From the whole, when the whole is taken out, what remains again is the whole, the complete. Shri Krishna tells Arjun that such is this Gnan wisdom. In the phrase Param Siddhim, the word Siddhi means that because of which any activity becomes successful. Siddhayati kayani yasyam sa siddhim tam siddhim. A doctor has siddhi because a doctor makes illnesses go away. Therefore, it is an activity of making illnesses go away, and that through which this attains success is called siddhi. If one has a nice voice for singing bhajan, like Sangeeta, then this is called siddhi. It is because through which the activity of singing bhajan is siddhi. Therefore, siddhi is that because of which any activity becomes successful. Siddhanti kalyani yasyam sa siddhi tam siddhim. One attains this. The word sarve is used meaning everyone. Those who will walk on the divine path will attain to the highest perfection. It is not as if some people will attain it and some people will not. One only needs to walk on this path. The word munyaha is used meaning muni. The definition of the word muni is one who constantly contemplates. Mananat munihi. Such a person is a muni. From constantly contemplating about the supreme truth, the feeling of oneness with the body and the feeling of minus breaks away through investigation. This is because if you think about anything, then if the mind goes somewhere and sticks there, then you forget about yourself. Shakuntala sat in the hermitage of Kaun Rishi thinking about Dushyant, and her mind was fixed on Dushyant. Durvasa Muni came and she did not even know. This is because her mind went there. This is because she was constantly thinking about Dushyant. In the same way, one who constantly thinks about the supreme truth never even once remembers the material world, and no remembrance of the material world is left in them. Such a person is a muni. The word itaha is used meaning this material world. The phrase yat gnatva is used. Shankaranandji says that this does not only mean knowing something and attaining words, but those who have performed the action they need to perform after attaining this wisdom, and these people reach the highest perfection. Yat gnanena yat katvam tat krutva. They have put this gnan wisdom into practice. A commentator by the name of Gesha says that through contemplating, they make this gnan wisdom steady in their hearts. Mananena shriti kritya. Gesha's definition of contemplating is a link to the use of the word muni in this verse. The Gnan wisdom is such that when we hear about it, then we realize that we know about it and it's so simple, but if one asks after 3 days then what it was, then one fails to remember. One hears it, and through hearing it, one finds out about it, and it's a very good thing that one knows about it because it's our nature. If it was not in our nature, then we would not know about it, but it is our true reality and it is our true self. That is why one knows about it straight away. But the difficulty is that it does not remain steady. The fact that one knows about it after hearing is proof that we have some relationship with it. If we did not have some relationship with it, then we would not know about it. If a crow is sitting by the window and making noise, then we cannot know what that crow is saying to another crow. This is because we have no relation with the crow. We of course listen to the crow speaking, but we cannot know about the meaning of it, and therefore it is not even a question or possibility of remembering it. But while we hear about this grand wisdom, then we understand something and we feel as if it is ours. We see some importance in it, and this is a proof of the fact that we have some relationship with it. And this relationship should become steady. Making this steady in one's heart through contemplation is called yat gnatva. And Madhusudan Saraswati ji says that yad gnatva means putting Gnan wisdom into practice. Anushtaya yad gnatva. Gnan wisdom must be translated into action. While wisdom is not put into practice, then our commentators give no importance to Gnan. That is why Madhusudan Saraswati ji says that Gnan, wisdom, must be put into practice. Anushtaya yad gnatva. After doing this, one passes from this material world to reach the highest perfection. It is one thing to reach the highest perfection after attaining this Gnan, wisdom, but it's another special thing about this Gnan. Shri Krishna has spoken about the Param Siddhim, the highest perfection, earlier in the Gita, and that is why Shri Krishna uses the word Bhuya, meaning he is declaring it again. Shri Krishna has also called it other things such as Brahma Nirvana, the bliss of God, attaining God, Param Gati, the supreme goal, Param Yanti, the supreme abode, etc. Shri Krishna said all of this over and over again, but over here Shri Krishna shows something special in this chapter. What is this? Shri Krishna says this in the next verse, verse 2.